Be a part of WCTC's real-time talk. Like 1450 WCTC on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at 1450 WCTC. Jersey Central with Bert Barron.
Think we could listen to the radio or something?
On the new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC.
It's 8:08. It's hour number 3 of Jersey Central on the new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC, the voice of Central Jersey. It's Bert Barron. Good morning to you. Coming up sometime between now and 8:30, we'll have our contest. We're going to play our first round of Q or False, and that is your chance to win tickets to see the hilarious show, Avenue Q, at the New World Stages in New York City. We'll also include a pair of tickets to this coming Saturday's Edison Food, Wine, and Beer Festival at Papiani Park. We'll play the game called Q or False, and that will come up a little bit later on here in this 8 o'clock half hour. Last night, a rally, a vigil, if you will, for the events that happened in Charlottesville, Virginia. And this was held in Highland Park, New Jersey, yesterday. And joining me on the Jersey Central Newsmaker hotline, he's one of the council members for the borough of Highland Park. You also, of course, know him as the guy who's the photographer for the Middlesex County Regional Chamber of Commerce and covers a bunch of events that happen here in Jersey. A good friend for a long time. Matthew Hersh is with us here on WCTC this morning. Matt, it's Bert. Good morning. How you doing?
Hey, good morning, Bert. Thank you, and thanks for the introduction.
Sure. Thanks for taking some time to chat with us this morning. So this event that was last night, it was held at one of the churches in Highland Park last night, Matt?
Correct. It was at the Reformed Church of Highland Park over on South 2nd in Highland Park. And the Reformed Church is known to be a place that has done over the years a lot of advocacy for immigrants and refugees, and it tends to be a place where people go when there does need to be a public display of concern or activity regarding just justice in our community and around the country.
Now, was this event last night, Matt, was it more anti-hate groups, or was it more pro, why do we have to fight like this? Was it sort of more of a positive sort of thing, or was it more just what do we do about people that have these negative opinions?
Well, it was definitely about love, and then what do we do moving forward? So it wasn't like anything, we understand that in this world, you turn on the TV, that there's hate in this world. We understand that there's hate in this community. We know that these things exist. But how do you counter that? You counter that with positive action. You counter that with love, and you counter that with acceptance in your community to the best that we can in our community, and then to make a statement for others to hopefully mimic around the country. So last night was organized by the New Brunswick area NAACP and ACLU People Power Middlesex County, and it was done very last minute, and it was an amazing turnout. There were I don't have any official police estimates, but I heard an estimate that was about 400 to 500 people, and I can say that is possibly conservative. So it was a great showing of our community, and shows that people really want to be involved every day in pushing back against this horrible display of intolerance that we're seeing.
Yeah, that's a great number, by the way. If that's the number of people who came out last night, that's fantastic. A rather diverse group of attendees who were there last night, Matt.
A very diverse group of attendees, and I have to say, just being on the local town council, at typical events, you see regular civic-minded people who show up at a lot of the events. The people who are involved day to day locally. But last night, it was a whole cross spectrum of folks in our community, people who we know, people who are new, who came out and are concerned and want to figure out what are we supposed to do? So that was really encouraging, and that's the norm. I mean, I think that's it. Is that these flares of violence that we see? Intolerance obviously is the norm, and there are there are displays of hate that happen every day. But we have to remember that what we saw last night in Highland Park and communities around the country is also the norm, and that I think that we are very confident that there are so many more people who are interested in a tolerant, respectful, and peaceful United States.
Yeah. I think an event like yours, like the one that happened in Highland Park last night, Matt, I think is critical because it kind of reinforces and sends the message that, yeah, you know what? When bad things happen, like what happened in Charlottesville, people have to remember that we're not going to back down. We're not going to be afraid. We're going to stand our ground. We're going to present a united front and realize that there's no room in this world for hatred. There just doesn't exist anymore. I see these signs popping up in every town that I go through in New Jersey that says hate has no home here. And I think whether it's Highland Park or I wish that Charlottesville, Virginia would be next, get the message out there that, hate has no home in the United States of America. Why don't we start with that and make that the message going forward, that hate will no longer be tolerated. And it takes events, Matt, like the one that you were at last night in Highland Park, to kind of get that message loud and clear and make it something that, it's just not going to go away. When we see acts of violence like this, there's going to be a response. There's going to be an outcry for it to end. And there will always be hatred for hatred, if you will. There's no real other way to say it, but that's what we need to have. That's what the message needs to be.
You got it, Bert. That's exactly right, and the signs are spot on. I heard some criticism early on when the hate has no home signs pop up that they were political, and they are in a sense, but certainly not for any party or candidate. It's a philosophy that we embrace for this country. That no matter your political stripes. Hate really has no home in any kind of policy discussion, and certainly not in the public square, like we saw in Charlotte. And that's why, the thing with the vigils, it's an amazing experience to take part in one. So if any of your listeners have not, it's a really great place to find the pulse of your community, but also it's. They're often in response to something. Yeah. So the takeaway, obviously, is to the next day. Now what do I do? Now what do we do to continue stopping this on a daily level? And that was discussed last night by several of the speakers. So it was very empowering.
Yeah, and I think it's you keep the momentum going. You keep the dialogue out there, Matt. Just because the vigil and the rally may have come to an end, you know what? The dialogue needs to continue. And hopefully that's something that we'll continue to kind of see going along without the being brought about by unfortunate events, obviously, like the one we saw on Saturday. But just having communities rally together and make the statement that, we're not going to tolerate that sort of stuff here, I think is just an incredible thing to do. Matt Hersh, Councilman at Highland Park, and thank you for your time this morning. I know this was kind of a last-minute thing, and I appreciate your making yourself available, but keep up the amazing work that you're doing in your borough there. I love visiting. I love the people. I love the downtown. Keep up the great work there soon, Matt. It was great to talk to you, all right?
Likewise, Burton. Thank you for everything you do, too. Thank you.
All right. Thanks a lot. All right. Matt Hersh, a member of the Borough Council in Highland Park, talking about last night's vigil and rally for solidarity, and that's what it's all about. So thank you to him for his time this